Hello and welcome. You're watching Who's Winning 2024, powered by Statistically Speaking. We are in the run-up to the 2024 elections and they're now just a month away. Citizens of the first few states will be going to polls on the 19th of April. So it becomes pertinent, even more so than ever before, to know what the result could possibly be. All the political parties are set for the biggest battle to cross the halfway mark. On one side, the BJP has set itself a target of 400 par, and Prime Minister Modi is on a trail of campaigns and rallies across the country. On the other hand, the Congress, along with the opposition alliance, has now released several of its lists and the names that will now be competing against one another in the upcoming elections. Many alliances have been made, but several have also been broken because of the seat-sharing issues, while others continue to now move on as they've managed to seal the deal. Many leaders have jumped ship in what is proving to be an already charged election battle. At last, it of course comes down to one single thing. What do the people want? What are their issues? What will they be basing their votes on? We have now gone to the Janta of Jammu and Kashmir to understand the pulse of J&K. I will, of course, take all of the results with my guests in just a moment from now, but it's important, like I said, because ultimately it boils down to the numbers. So what is it that the people of J&K feel? We will put out our first question. What is your biggest issue for the Lok Sabha elections? 50% people, almost 51% in fact, in Jammu and Kashmir say unemployment is their biggest issue. 20% say development, 9% say inflation, 12% say corruption, and 7% people do not relate with any of these issues. But unemployment there, followed by development, the biggest issues of Jammu and Kashmir right now. On what basis will you cast your vote in the Lok Sabha elections? 60% people say it will be on the basis of the work done. 24% people will be simply casting their vote basis the party. 13% people will be looking at the candidates, and less than 1% will be looking at the caste while putting their vote out. Let's put out question number 3 that we asked the people of Jammu and Kashmir. How has Narendra Modi performed as Prime Minister? 42% people say that his performance has been very good. 22% people say that it's been good. 25% people feel that his performance has been average. And 9% people are yet to make up their minds about Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But as far as the overwhelming majority is concerned, many people seem to be in favor of Modi. How will the Modi factor work in the Lok Sabha elections? Once again, 41% people feel that there are good chances, very good chances. In fact, 16% people say that there are good chances. 18% people feel that it's an average chance of the Modi factor working. And 18% people say none at all. They feel that Modi factor will not work this time around. Let's move on to the last and final, perhaps one of the most important questions that we've asked. Who do you think will form the government in 2024? 49% people of Jammu and Kashmir say it will be the LDA, which is led by the Bharatiya Janata Party. 27% people say that it will be the INDIA. 14% people feel that it will be one of the national parties with other regional alliances. So good news there, maybe somewhere for the regional parties of Jammu and Kashmir, because some people do feel that it will be the regional parties that have a strong possibility of coming back as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. But the overwhelming majority there, almost 50% of the people, feel that it will be the Bharatiya Janata Party that is going to make its way back into Jammu and Kashmir as far as the upcoming Lok Sabha elections are concerned. What do these numbers then really mean? What does it boil down to? Why is it that people feel a certain way? We take this conversation forward. I have with me Dr. Ramesh Raina, Kashmiri Pandit, Amit Raina also with us, Advocate Aditya Gupta, spokesperson of the J&K People's Democratic Party, that's a PDP, with us, Vikram Randhawa, former MLC and senior BJP leader, also with me, and Ratanlal Gupta, senior leader and provincial president of J&K National Conference, the NC, also with me on the broadcast. Let me begin this conversation with Mr. Vikram Randhawa, if I may. Mr. Randhawa, thank you, sir, for taking out the time to speak to us. I just want to understand from you, a large number of people who we've surveyed continue to feel that unemployment and development are big issues for them. How does the Bharatiya Janata Party, if brought back to power, want to address these issues?
See, with due respect to my fellow members who are on the board, and a very happy Holi to all of you, along with this one of my colleagues also. Let me tell you that I feel that whatever survey you have collected, we are very much positive on the road, and whatever we are giving to the people, particularly post 2019 Jammu Kashmir, and the scenario has changed drastically as far development is concerned. Unemployment throughout in India has been a problem since 1947. It is not a new issue. It has been since 1947. Still, Narendra Modi government has given lot of scope to the youth to come in front and go for Atmanirbhar Bharat, and lot of youth from Jammu Kashmir had adopted that path also. And I'm sure your survey also proves that whichever way the Jammu Kashmir people are going, and we are also confident that in Jammu Kashmir, Bharatiya Janata Party, which is a very strong organizational setup, we have a very strong roots in depth, and we are very strong in both divisions of Kashmir and Jammu Kashmir in Jammu. And I am sure that we will sweep these parliamentary elections with a lot of margin.
Okay, all right. At the same time, if the BJP is brought back, sir, like I said, what do you think have been then some of the biggest policies that have been rolled out, basis which you feel the public should choose you?
You see, we went to the public in 2019 with Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. And we went ahead in a very positive attitude. Definitely, we added with Sabka Vishwas also. And we have won the confidence of the people. We are in public, and we are not in public during these election scenario. We are in public right from the first day in the formation of 2019 government. And I'm sure the development plank did by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and particularly development of both divisions in balance, because earlier we used to always cry like that everything has gone to Kashmir. Now this time Government of India has properly balanced Kashmir and Jammu, and the development with Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas slogan, we are into it. And definitely this 22nd January Pran Pratishtha program of Prabhu Shri Ram has definitely attracted lot of stuff positively, even though those belonging to our Sanatan Dharma or Hindu community, even they are National Conference or PDP or Congress, they also feel like that at this time we will vote for Narendra Modi because he has done which 500 years we have to wait for that. And I think we are very much confident, and confidence is just because we have delivered within last 10 years.
Okay, all right. At the same time, Mr. Randhawa, before I bring in the others as well, somewhere it's been now almost a decade since state assembly elections were held in Jammu and Kashmir. Do you feel that somewhere that could perhaps go against the BJP, the fact that ever since 2019, the government of the day has not managed to hold fresh assembly elections?
Not exactly. What I feel is this is prerogative of Election Commission of India. And definitely after 2019, abrogation of the 370, we went for BDC elections, we went for DDC elections, which happened first time in J&K after 1947. These Kashmir Central political parties, let it be National Conference, I think PDP is the birth of 2002. We cannot expect more from them. But National Conference never wanted that power should go to the roots. But this Narendra Modi tried, and we did it. Definitely, assembly elections are always on the cards, and whenever election commission feels like it's appropriate time, they will conduct. And Bharatiya Janata Party as a unit, as a political party, we are always ready and always on the toes to face any election.
Okay, Mr. Randhawa, I'll come back to you in just a moment. Then let me bring in the other big party. As far as the last Lok Sabha elections were concerned, out of the 6 seats, BJP won 3, and it was the National Conference that won the rest the remaining seats. Ratan Lal Gupta of the National Conference also with us. Mr. Gupta, what really is the strategy then this time around of the National Conference as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned?
Well, the High Command has already prepared a strategy. The main issues, as you said, that unemployment in J&K is the main issue. And development, also the issue. The people of Jammu and Kashmir, they are facing problems for the last 10 years. So the main issues are development, unemployment, electricity, water supply, and this medical aid. These things are for the people who are facing hard. So our main issues are, the main issues of this J&K state is regarding the civic facilities, which people are not getting so far. So we are fully prepared for this election, and so far the seat sharing are concerned, we got 3 seats from Kashmir Valley. We already won those seats, and I am sure that we are again won these seats, all the 3 seats.
Okay, but Mr. Gupta, on what basis then is the NC so sure of winning those seats?
Ma'am, we worked, and the National Conference is the party which having their roots in depth. All the people, all the people of Jammu and Kashmir, they are already with the National Conference. You have seen these our rallies which we held in Jammu and Kashmir and throughout this period. So we are fully in hope that we'll win all the 3 seats.
Okay, all right. I'll come back to you in just a moment. Advocate Aditya Gupta of the PDP also with us on the broadcast. Mr. Gupta, I'd just like to understand from you what really then is the strategy of the PDP going into the polls, given that the last time around, of course, when the assembly elections took place in 2014, the PDP did emerge with the highest number of seats. But as far as the Lok Sabha polls then were concerned of 2019, there was no sign of the PDP.
Good evening to everyone and happy Holi to everyone. In 2014, we also got 3 parliament seats. And in 2019, they shifted it is the beauty of democracy. You would never have a static thing happening. In 2019, no doubt, National Conference won 3 seats. BJP won 3 seats for the first time. They were non-existent as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned prior to 2009. They got the first time double-digit MLAs in 2009. So these things happen as far as politics is concerned. But as far as the main agendas during these parliament elections are, you mentioned about the unemployment. My colleagues from BJP as well as National Conference mentioned about the unemployment. But the fact of the matter is that Jammu and Kashmir has got Navratrans from BJP post 2019. We got drug mafia. We got the mining mafia. We got the liquor mafia here. We got the paper scam. Aptech, a blacklisted company, was given the responsibility to recruit students or recruit the employment. Those that had entered into a scandal. We got targeted killings happening across the valley. We got militancy in Pir Panjal area. We got smart meters and also our resources have been getting drained out. These are the factors that have really started to happen in Jammu and Kashmir. Obviously, Jammu and Kashmir, because of being governed in such a manner in which people are not able to raise that much of voice, we are not allowed to protest that much. We are not allowed to speak. You look at Ladakh. What is happening is Ladakh is actually the mood as far as Jammu and Kashmir, whole of Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. This is what it is. The promises that were made by the BJP in 2014, 2019, and whatever the drum beating they did in 2019 was actually hollow promises. People of Jammu realized it. See, I'll give you an example. On 5th of August 2019, when the abrogation happened, there were drum beating, there were people on the road celebrating. I'm talking about Jammu only. But on 11th of December 2023, when the judgment was pronounced, which upheld the abrogation of 370, not even a single person moved out on the road to celebrate it. Come out so much so, even the BJP local cadre did not celebrate outside their office. They knew what is the mood. And that is the reality. See, we have been snubbed off. We have been relegated because I always keep on saying, and this is what we believe, that Jammu and Kashmir has been a commodity, and the Prime Minister has been selling this commodity at the cost of Jammu. When I say at the cost of Jammu, I am reverting what my friend Mr. Randhawa said, that both divisions have been given equality. Yes, Jammu also got something. Jammu got a specific mining mafia. My friend Mr. Randhawa himself is a flag bearer of this thing. He has been always raising voice about it. We got liquor mafia. Jammu was a city of temples. Now it has become a city of liquors. We have liquor vents on a nala being opened. That has become a condition. You look at the employment rate. I'll give you a data. When prior to 2019, 2018, the unemployment rate was 3.75% as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. That was consolidated. Today, the part divided Jammu and Kashmir has 21.57% of unemployment rate, and we have registered employed youth in the month of July 2023 at 6,61,000. That was the unemployed youth. Every day there are movement, there are students on the road protesting that there's no clarity as far as job is concerned.
Right.
The people are not given the job, so that these are the main issues. You cannot sing a wagon B again and again saying, see, what has been you asked BJP spokesperson, what are you going to ride upon in this coming elections? He said we got both divisions working together. No, I'm sorry, I reverted, because Jammu has been completely relegated. They had the responsibility to take care of Jammu first. Their MPs were from Jammu. There was a minister coming from Jammu. They had 25 MLAs from Jammu, but Jammu got nothing. For example, G20 happened. So the tourism G20 happened in Kashmir Valley. It did not take place in Jammu, which has a crumbling tourism infrastructure. When you said the infrastructure, what people actually meant was the crumbling tourism infrastructure in Jammu division. We don't have.
Okay.
And with the train going up to Kashmir Valley now, ma'am,
yes.
With Kashmir Valley, now Jammu station is not going to be important as far as the economic movement is concerned.
Okay, but Mr. Gupta, I just want to come in here for a second. I just want to understand. The PDP or the NC for that matter historically have had their bases in, as you said, Kashmir. Is the PDP then wanting to focus on Jammu as well? If so, what are the plans of the party?
See, the plan and the complete idea I'm sitting right in front of you. I come from Jammu. I'm a vice president of youth from PDP. I'm representing Jammu, and that is the whole point. We have never been chest beating and saying there has been a difference between Jammu and Kashmir. But BJP has been always thumb beating and saying that Jammu has been relegated, Kashmir has been given more benefit because the leaderships from National Conference and PDP comes from Kashmir. That is why Kashmir was given more benefit. I put a question to them. 25 MLAs, 3 MPs. 2 MPs from Jammu division. Give me in last 5 years, give me one project which has generated more than 1 lakh job in Jammu division. You give me one project. Your MPs miserably failed. You ask a utilization certificate. On the website, the utilization certificate says that they have digged in the hand pumps, the water channels have been set up, these things. You get me one employment. See, what is important?
Okay.
For a growing country, what is important that its citizens should have resources to generate their own income. Be it government job, be it private job, but there should be some kind of. The industry has been complete. Even our contracts have been. Local people don't have any say. Our electricity is being sold to Rajasthan. There's been absolutely none as far as BJP. My grievance is not with LG that much. He comes from outside. My grievance is with BJP, who comes from our land only.
Okay, I want to pose these questions to Mr. Vikram Randhawa then. Some serious questions they're posed by the BJP, by the PDP. Mr. Randhawa, how do you respond?
Please listen, I think Mr. Aditya, who belongs to a party who has been always shouting that we need a currency where Muhammad Ali Jinnah should be on the note. I am sure he.
No, but Mr. Randhawa, I don't want to make this about that. You know, he's raised some pertinent questions about Jammu. Let's address those. Let's not reduce it to what
the party he is representing is involved in anti-national activities. The youth he is.
But Mr. Randhawa, no, please, sorry, I'm sorry, sir. If there is an answer that you have to the actual question that he's posed, he's asking, what has BJP done for the development of Jammu specifically in the last 5 years? There has to be a clear answer to that, sir. I'm not going to let this debate become convoluted with who's an anti-national and who's not.
We have got lot of development in Jammu and Kashmir, and the aims we have been provided to both Jammu and Kashmir too. Now Jammu
I
doctors
sat
are
on the
working in
brick for
aims.
15 days on
I'll
strike. BJP government there, they
wait and
refused to
listen.
do it.
Okay.
Just wait and listen, na.
Advocate
It was
Gupta,
why
you have no,
agitation.
Mr. Gupta, you
Yeah,
have to
I'm
let him
sorry.
respond. Mr. Gupta,
Before
you
national
asked a
highway
question, let him
Right.
respond.
80% youth
Right.
are deployed in all the national highway projects. 80% youth of Jammu are working over there. In smart city, 80% youth of Jammu are working in smart city. In AIMS, when it was in under construction, 80% mini contractors from Jammu were deployed over there by the agency who has taken the contract. Now we are working in a system like Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. We have a competition of all India level. Now we have big projects. Definitely, big companies will definitely qualify for that. Nobody from Jammu Kashmir qualifies for the projects like 1,000 crore, 2,000 crore, 3,000 crores. But mostly companies accommodate local youth for their all sort of PD works or major works. And I'm sure in the coming days also, I will tell you, let the elections pass on, let PDP and National Conference face the public, and we will talk on 4th of June.
Okay.
What our MPs have done, public will show to them.
Okay, all right. I'm going to come back to our political spokesperson in just a moment. I want to bring in our analysts as well. Ramesh Rena, starting with you. What is your assessment of truly the ground situation in Jammu and Kashmir right now? Do you think somewhere the abrogation of Article 370 will be a big factor?
First of all, happy Holi to everybody. Kashmir is at the critical juncture of political transformation, which has redefined the dynamics of electoral landscape in J&K. Having said that, the parliamentary elections in J&K have never mattered much to local politics, which usually revolved around separatism, Article 370, 35A special status, and more importantly, rehabilitating loyalists, removing irritants, grooming children of political dynasties. This has been the dynamics of the electoral politics in the Valley of Kashmir. After 5th August 2019, we saw definite changes. What happened is that BJP made itself organizationally very strong in Kashmir. It has a strong organizational presence in the Valley of Kashmir, and it is visible in the youth and the aspirational class of the Kashmir. So when we say this thing, we have to face new realities. And what are those new realities? That this election is going to set the stage for the assembly elections. And the elections are happening on a new political landscape. And what is that? For example, we take Anantnag constituency. Anantnag has been clubbed with Rajouri. Anantnag consists of three districts of Kashmir plus 2 diverse districts from Jammu. It is a new reality, and this reality has to be faced. And today, when we talk about Kashmir resurgence and all those, the symbolic of new Kashmir, I can tell you, is Lal Chowk. The Lal Chowk that we left 30 years, 35 years back is no more the same Lal Chowk. Now people move to Lal Chowk for recreation, walking, and enjoying. And that was the hub of traffic snarls, so on and so forth. So such symbols, not only that, we can only recall a few days back, our Honorable Prime Minister had been to Kashmir. And the Bakchi Stadium, where he addressed the people of Kashmir, has the capacity to accommodate only 20,000 people. But it had to house 1 lakh people, and 1 lakh people physically heard Honorable Prime Minister of India. We have G20 before us. Therefore, these elections are going to be different altogether.
Okay.
And in this regard, I can tell you, it is going to be a battle of narrative. And battle of narrative, we are forgetting one very important aspect of this battle of narrative. And that battle of narrative is Gupkar Alliance. Gupkar Alliance is a conglomeration of 7 political parties there in the Valley of Kashmir. And their theme is restoration of Article 370. And that is what they are going to sell to the people again. And another reality is that there is a great possibility that 3 newly formed political parties, one of course is an older party, for example, Apni Party, you have Democratic Azad Party, you have People's Conference represented by Sajad Lone, all these three political parties, there is a great possibility that they might come together and constitute a pre-electoral alliance and fight elections together. Therefore, we have BJP on the one hand, then we have Congress on the other hand, then we have National Conference on the other hand, then we have PDP on the other hand, and then we have possibly this pre-electoral alliance between Azad's party, Apni party, and Sajad Lone's party. So in this regard, we have to understand that the legacy which was there about Article 370, about 35A special status, so on and so forth, that generation is not dominating the political discourse there in the Valley of Kashmir. A generation born and brought up after 90s, that generation is seen veering around the political parties there in Kashmir and constituting a core of the activists there. Not only this thing, there is one more important aspect which probably we have not taken into account. And that aspect is that the national mainstream political parties were not allowed to have their electoral battles in the Valley of Kashmir.
Right.
It's not that somebody physically would stop them, but the regional political parties dominated by National Conference had, because it's a cadre-based organization, this National Conference is there for almost now 80 years.
Yes, okay.
Therefore, it was extremely important for the national mainstream political parties to enter Kashmir and play it in a big way. Here we see only after 2019 we are seeing BJP and other national mainstream political parties entering there in a big way. But what is the change? Please, one more point. Now, what is the change that has come this way? You see, the major change which nobody talks about, which unfortunately my co-panelists didn't talk about, was that the coalition between PDP and BJP came into existence in 2015. And the same coalition collapsed in 2018. And collapse of this coalition 2018 gave rise to a situation when the former chief minister, honorable former chief minister of J&K had to say that Kashmir mein tirange ko kanda dene wala koi hoga nahi. And it is this very argument that cost very dearly, and it is this very argument that led to a situation.
Okay, Ramesh Rana, okay, understood your point. I have to, before I bring in Amit Rana as well, I have to quickly go across to the ground where some more voices from the ground have been filed by my colleague, specifically from Jammu. Let's quickly listen into what is it that people on the ground have had to say.
ये 2024 10 साल से बीजेपी मोदी जी की सरकार रही है, वही जीत रहे हैं और अभी भी लगता है उन्होंने इतने अच्छे काम किए हैं देश के लिए, तो अभी भी लग रहा है कि 2024 में भी मोदी जी ही जीतेंगे और बीजेपी आएगी।
देखिए, जो मोदी जी ने जो निर्णय लिए हैं, जो फैसले किए हैं देश के हित में, और अभी भी मोदी जी ही आएंगे और 400 के पार आएंगे।
आई थिंक गठबंधन जो है इंडिया अलायंस इस बार विन करेगा, क्योंकि मुद्दे काफ़ी सारे हैं जो पिछले 10 साल से बीजेपी पूरा कर नहीं पाई। बेरोज़गारी, महंगाई और अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, और सबसे बड़ी करप्शन पे जो इन्होंने बात कही थी वो आज तक पूरा नहीं कर पाए। करप्शन आज का स्तर में वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़ चुकी है, तो मेरे ख्याल में इंडिया अलायंस जो है वो विन करेगी।
विदाउट अ डाउट, सिंगल डाउट, प्राइम मिनिस्टर will be Narendra Modi ji.
Sir, according to me and the present scenario of India, I think the Bhajpa BJP government is elected to in a majority, and BJP government is comes to in majority still.
Definitely Modi government will win again.
Who will speak for the right of youth, who uplift India at global level. In short, I say the Modi government.
Modi government will win this election, it seems, and it will be.
आएंगे तो मोदी, obviously BJP will win the 24 elections, 2024.
Definitely Modi government, अब की बार फिर से मोदी सरकार.
Overwhelming support there for the Modi government as far as Jammu is concerned. Let me bring in Amit Rana as well. Amit Rana, Ramesh Rana was pointing out that there is possibly now a 5-way contest that is going to take place in Jammu and Kashmir. Does that make it one of the most interesting contests to actually watch out for? Because there is, at this point of time, not too much clarity as to who really will manage to win the 6 seats.
Devika, let's be very clear. This is a contest between National Conference and BJP. Rest of them are immaterial. Whether it's PDP, whether it's Congress, Apni Party and Sajad Lone and all others. And we also need to understand that this is probably the first time after 1989 that there has been a no band call given for an election. There has been no boycott call given. This is probably the only election in 36 years which will happen freely for the people. People will not be forced not to vote. People will not be told not to vote. They will not be threats from the terrorists. They will not be threats from the separatists. And people will go and exercise their franchise the way they want to do it. 2019, post-2019, we have seen multiple judges in Jammu and Kashmir, and those all are going to play a role in how voting is going to happen. We need to understand there's a large section of population which has been liberated post-abrogation of Article 370. That is the Valmiki Samaj, that is the Gujjar Bakarwal Samaj, that is the West Pakistan refugees. So there has been also recognition of backward classes. Reorganization of that has happened, and that all is going to play an important role. We also need to understand that for the first time, election will happen without any threat of gun and without any state government for the last 8 years. So that also is going to play an important role. Reorganization and delimitation exercise of the seats is also going to play an important role, especially in Anantnag, which has now Jammu clubbed to it and will bring in that influence, which will be an advantage to BJP. Now, if you ask me honestly, how do I see it happening? Unfortunately, the India bloc is still so unprepared to contest these elections that except for one candidate which has been announced yesterday, which is Lal Singh for Udhampur, because the elections are just 3 weeks away, you have no candidature from any of the opposition parties in Jammu and Kashmir. That shows that they are afraid to go out to contest the election. That shows they are not even sure how they want to contest the election. And one must also understand that Prime Minister Modi has huge fan following and respect within the Jammu and Kashmir. You have seen those changes he has brought to that state, and that is going to be an advantage BJP. Now, coming to Kashmir Valley, will BJP win any seat there? Anantnag is the only possibility where BJP may give a tough contest to National Conference. But what is going to be significant for BJP in Kashmir Valley is that it will see a huge increase in the vote percentage that it's going to get. I do not think they will win the seats of Srinagar and Baramulla, but they will see a significant increase in number of votes. One also understand that Jammu and Kashmir, the neglected population, the displaced population of Kashmiri Pandits, has also now decided to vote in mass in Jammu and Kashmir. In the last 30 years, the Jammu and Kashmir elections did not see a huge participation from the Pandit community, the Kashmiri Pandit community. But this time, Kashmiri Pandits have gone in mass and registered themselves as the voters in their respective segments they come from in the valley. And that is also going to play a role in the way the final results are going to come. So there is going to be a large section of population which was deprived earlier, which is going to an advantage to a certain party because they feel now empowered in Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay, I'm going to bring in Aditya Gupta and Mr. Ratanlal Gupta back into the conversation. Beginning with Mr. Ratanlal Gupta, a pertinent point there raised by our analysts who say that who are questioning as to why the opposition has not yet managed to really even field candidates.
No, India Alliance have already fielded 2 candidates in Jammu province, and so far the Kashmir is concerned, we are also already selected the candidates, and the High Command will announce very soon. This is not the problem for Jammu and Kashmir, that we are not, this India Alliance having no candidate. I think this is a wrong information. So far, the Jammu province is concerned.
Who are the candidates from Kashmir?
We have this.
You said don't know. I think you're telling it's a wrong information. You tell us.
Yes, we have already collected.
No,
I will show you.
Okay, yes. See, the candidates, 2 candidates for Jammu have been announced.
Three
2 candidates from Jammu, but that's also the Congress. It's not, yes, but Mr. Ratalan, it's not the, in so many years, it's not the NC or the PDP that are now feeling, are they not feeling confident enough to also fight from Jammu? When it comes to the alliance, why is it that from Jammu, it's the Congress party that is fielding its own candidates against the BJP, even though there is the NC and the PDP and other regional parties as well?
So far, the seat sharings are concerned, it was the High Command of the Congress and the National Conference. They have made it that 3 seats of Kashmir Valley will go to National Conference and the 2 seats will come to Jammu for Congress. So this is the arrangement of the seat sharing that we are fighting accordingly. So far, PDP is concerned, we have already 3 seats in Kashmir Valley last time, and this time again India Alliance have given us 3 seats from Kashmir and 2 seats they have taken for Congress, and they are also fighting.
So PDP is getting no seat.
Okay.
2 seats for Congress and 3 seats.
So PDP is getting no seat.
2 seats. This is the arrangement of this India Alliance.
Okay. All right. So I want to bring in. Okay. Okay, sir. I want to bring in Aditya Gupta then into the conversation. Aditya Gupta, then how does the PDP then really view its future in the state as far as national elections are concerned? Because if your own alliance partners are not showing faith in you, then how do you generate the trust of the voter on the ground?
See, as far as what Mr. Gupta is saying, that it has been decided by Congress as well as the National Conference, I think, and this is the decision of the India Alliance, I think Mr. Gupta is wrong when he says that. Because I am myself a part of the India Alliance core committee, so we have not been discussed as far as this is concerned, that it has the Anantnag seat, or for that matter, Kashmir Srinagar seat. It has not been agreed which party will be contesting or where. It is obviously a claim by a national conference. They are within their rights to make a claim. And as far as non-announcement of the candidates is concerned, BJP also has not announced any candidate as far as Anantnag Rajouri is concerned. And this is a process which I respect across all party lines. See, the candidates are being discussed depending on what is your position into place. See, if BJP declared the Jammu candidates, the reason for that is that there's an election on 19th of April and 26th of April. So fact of the matter, since Congress was the one which has been decided to contest the Jammu seats, they have also announced it. So as far as non-availability of candidates or that anxiousness as what is being projected from Mr. Rana is concerned, I can assure Mr. Rana, you will have a proper candidates, comfortable winning candidate, and no one will be misled or given any wrong notion. I will come back to the fact that you asked me which is PDP's narrative. It is not that what your alliance partner thinks about you or what the other political party thinks about you. What is important? What are you on ground and what people ultimately think? So since there have been no elections here and there, since I counted 9 issues which were put to the BJP spokesperson, BJP former MLC, and he decided not to answer either one of them. This I am sure, because this is one thing that happened. Even you rebuffed him, saying that there's no point of taking the debate to some other issue. So there has been no answer. As far as even the projection by Mr. Rana and by both Mr. Ranas has been that the projection as far as Jammu is concerned is again absent. See, the whole politics has been around Lal Chowk. The whole politics is around Dal Lake. The whole politics is around that particular portion. See, fact is that you reach to that particular position. You are bragging about your 2 MPs. You are bragging about 25 MLAs at the strength of Jammu. Where is Jammu in your talk? So you have to walk the talk first. You have to show. He mentioned about AIMS. Fact of the matter is that AIMS was given to Jammu after an agitation which was led by civil society of Jammu. No political party across anyone can claim this particular thing, that because AIMS is something which was the thing that was taken away, and BJP had no idea what they on their own decided not to give AIMS to Jammu. It was only after agitation. 1,000 crores on labor being the labor of Jammu has been engaged in creation of All India Institute. I just like to put a question. Please tell me how much of the doctors have been engaged. How many of paramedical staff has been engaged in All India Institute? You mentioned about that the Prime Minister's rally had 1 lakh people, but at the same time they were conflicting news at 4:30 in the morning. A Hindu article says at 4:30 in the morning, a lot of government teachers were put into buses and were brought to the Prime Minister's rally. When they talk about Kashmiri Pandit rehabilitation, I will just like to put in, then when under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which is a yojana under which a person having the land is given money to construct the house.
Yes.
In Jammu and Kashmir, a unique thing happened. They decided to gift 5 mallas of land. And to whom? They decided not to give it to Kashmiri Pandits, who actually required 5 mallas of land to be rehabilitated, to be taken out of the smaller camps, which are 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. I really feel bad about that community, because who are just sitting in smaller 300, 400 square feet houses. They should have been flats. They should have been given 5 mallas of land. So BJP cannot put any kind of chest thumping and saying only about talking about Lal Chowk, no Pathrav. Yes, there has been no Pathrav. Yes, Lal Chowk looks very beautiful, but fact of the matter is that Lal Chowk doesn't define Jammu and Kashmir. The Dal Lake will not define Jammu and Kashmir. What will be defined Jammu and Kashmir will be the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They are the one who define it. And once you have betrayed part of it, so whose representation you are basically sitting on?
Okay, but I'm going to propose those questions to Abhijit Jasrotia of the BJP. But Aditya Gupta, I want to just understand from you then, despite everything that you're saying that the BJP has done wrong as far as Jammu is concerned, and also certain wrongful statements that have been made across parties, be it the PDP, be it the NC, especially after the abrogation of Article 370, there was a lot of hullabaloo about, bloodbath on the streets, and that Jammu and Kashmir will never be the same again. All of that has happened. Why do you then still think that people on the ground want to put their faith in Narendra Modi?
Whether people will put their faith in Narendra Modi will be decided the day Narendra Modi gives that green light for the assembly elections. He has been holding it close to his chest. He came to Jammu and Kashmir after 4.5 years after the abrogation. He has been selling Jammu and Kashmir every now and then. 370, naras of 370, talking about Jammu and Kashmir, talking about Kashmir on every platform. He didn't get the time to even come and talk to us. So why doesn't he does an open press conference in which he allows the press to answer? I will pose a question to him. Please tell me why you have most of the journalists behind the bars. I will just pose him a question. Why every person? People asking for a toll plaza removal are beaten, picked up, put into jails. People raising question against an APTEC being given the responsibility to conduct the exams in spite of the fact that the APTEC is a blacklisted company. No answer. People are young boys and girls are basically struggling on the roads.
Okay.
I'll just ask you. What is important is the ballot is the only manner and only mechanism in a democracy by which people answer. Every person is not a person who's a political person who will come out on street and raise voice. They know that 2019, Mr. Randhawa said that the election was contested on Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. You tell me, was 2019 contested on Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Vikas, or on Pulwama?
Okay.
Where are the answers to Pulwama?
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to let...
Before you go to Abhijit, I just have one question for Aditya, if you allow me to ask him.
Yes, Amit, go ahead quickly. I'm running out of time, please, quickly.
We just heard Ratan Lalji saying that the 3 seats in the Kashmir Valley are going to be contested by National Conference. He even goes to claim that they have even finalized the list of candidates. Now, the 2 seats in Jammu go to Congress. Now, what happens if National Conference decides to concede all the 3 seats in Jammu in the Kashmir Valley? Where does it leave PDP, and what is going to be PD's course of action? Because as of today, it is very clear that National Conference is not going to leave any of the 3 seats because there are 3 sitting MPs from those constituencies.
Okay,
and Mr. Ratanlal Gupta was very clear that they are not looking to give any seats to PDP.
Okay, Aditya, quickly respond to that. Amit, although he did sort of respond to that in the beginning, saying that this has not been a decision of the alliance itself.
I'm a member of India Alliance. That was itself an answer to what, and I'm not going to get into the jungle to put in any kind of blows as far as National Conference is concerned. Very nicely worded, sir, but the answer will come in 42 hours.
Okay, all right. Abhijit Jasrotia. Okay.
We share the seat with the Congress.
Okay, all right. I have to leave the last word with Abhijit, just Rotia of the BJP. Abhijit, you've heard what the PDP and NC have had to say. How do you respond?
See, now, please give me a record time just to respond to all the things, allegations raised by this PDP spokesperson. First of all, I don't need to take dictations from a party which is no more a part of India Alliance. Though their body is still lying in India Alliance, but their soul has moved out of India Alliance. We know very well that they were left with nothing, and they were given nothing. Now, a party which is still limited up to Bijwada only, that is going to give dictations on the polls of the entire country. It's how bizarre and obnoxious one. Let me tell you, they're having a concern for, and look at the crocodile tears which they are now giving for these Kashmiri Pandits. This is the same party who used to hide the real culprits of Kashmiri Pandits, people like Geeta Karate, Yasin Malik and Shabir Shah behind their CM chairs. We know very well what you have done with Kashmiri Pandits. We have still, I hope you remember 2003, Nadimar massacre, when 24 Kashmiri Pandits were killed at point blank. Out of this, 4 small kids. And today you are having a soft corner for Kashmiri Pandits. How bizarre and how obnoxious. Now, if we'll come to the elections of Jammu and Kashmir, 2019 things are 2024 things are clearly written on the wall. 2019, it was near about 48 to 49% of the vote share which BJP has taken at that time. And all these parties who are a part of India Alliance, they were not able to come near to 40 or 41% only. So this clearly proves what is going to happen in 2024, and things have improved after that, because there were BDC elections, there were DDC elections, there were Panch Sarpanch election, which this PDP planned to boycott. I don't know why they boycotted. Reason was very simple. They never wanted any people from village or from some other downtown to come to those Gopyat places where they are putting up. So we know very well how have things played up and how your party is now precise up to Bijwada only. So you are having no claims, and that is why India Alliance don't take you seriously. So you are going to rant the same raga which your party president is ranting. But we know very well what's going to happen at 2024 outcome of this Lok Sabha election, when all the 5 seats will directly or indirectly, let me tell you, 2 seats are there with BJP and the other 3 is also going to be with NDA. And that is the thing which is bothering, because you are now a rolling stone, you are getting no marks. Neither you are now in India Alliance, and we will never even allow also you to come to us. So that's a fate. And what happens, because the strategy, the bloodbath and all the reasons behind which you were playing this dirty games of politics, and now everything is clear to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They know very well. They even know that how multifaceted you people are. And when you talk about Bharatiya Janata Party, you should know that what things have changed after 2019. You're talking about aims and you're talking about everything. Do you know that Jammu is the only province in the entire country which is having aims also, IIT also, IIM also? I don't know, why don't you look at those 8 tunnels which are there in between Jammu and Kashmir and Jammu? No, people come just, the traveling time is 2.5 hours from Jammu to Kashmir and Kashmir to Jammu. Do you even think in your dreams that you can ever match the standards to which Jammu and Kashmir have reached? In your dreams that you can ever match the standards to which Jammu and Kashmir have reached? So, वो कहते हैं जो कहीं का नहीं है वो he's going to dictate us. He's going to tell us what is going to happen in Jammu and Kashmir. Right. First, you go and find a place in India Alliance, then we will see that what you are going to do.
We've had a very extensive conversation with political representation from Jammu and Kashmir. Hopefully, the party spokespersons and others watching this can take away something positive back from this conversation. The good news is that we're discussing development, we're discussing vikas, we're discussing important issues like unemployment, and we're not discussing terrorism, terror threats in J&K. We're not discussing stone pelting in J&K as far as the elections are concerned. We're not discussing possible security threats as far as the elections are concerned. That's a big milestone that will be achieved in the upcoming elections. And like I said, the conversation about J&K has improved and has changed. It's been a pleasure talking to everyone about these important issues. I thank all of our panelists on that note for joining us. I go right across to my colleague back in Jammu and Kashmir, where he's filed a very special report from. Have a look.
NewsX is continuously showing the pulse of the voters from all over the country, and today we have reached here in the city of Temple, which is Jammu, and where the politics, the people, the political leaders, those who are doing politics with different perspectives, like from the national flag to the terrorism that was going on. But how this is going to be changed this time in the current election of 2024, that has to be seen, and we will try to speak to the people about the pulse of the people, that what they have to say. We have reached here in the Pandit Premnath Dogra Chowk, which is a famous and a heart in the heart of city, and definitely the politics where it is going to move in 2024 election, that is the major question which arises this time, because we have seen that how people have voted 2 times to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP. But what will happen this time when BJP claims that they are going to cross the 400 figure, and BJP itself says that they are going to win more than 370 seats. 370 was abrogated from Jammu and Kashmir, and what is going to happen, that has to be seen. We'll try to speak to the people, what they have to say, what they think of the parliament election which is going on over here. Let's speak to the people over here. ये बताइए कि क्या लग रहा है, चुनाव होने वाले हैं पार्लियामेंट के, तो उसमें इस बार किसको वोट देने वाले हैं आप?
सर वोट तो जब देंगे तो वो गोपनीय सवाल है, वोट जिसको मन करेगा उसको देंगे। लेकिन बड़ी मुबारक की बात है खासकर जम्मू में कि इलेक्शन हो रही है। कई लोग तो इससे वंचित रह गए हैं पिछले 15 साल से, कईयों ने जिनका सपना था वोट डालने का वो भी अधूरा ही रह गया। लेकिन फिर भी मुबारकबाद देते हैं इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया को कि हमारे जम्मू खिते में भी इलेक्शन हो रही है।
2024 के चुनाव कौन जीतेगा, क्या लग रहा है?
जिसको लोग वोट डालेंगे, जो लोगों के लिए अच्छी काम करेगा वो जीतेगा, उसी पार्टी का प्रधानमंत्री बनेगा जिसको लोग वोट करेंगे।
इशू क्या रहेंगे इस इलेक्शन में जिसे लेकर आप वोट डालने वाले?
देखिए, अगर हमारे इशू की बात है, मैं सबसे पहले ये जो भी हमारे इलेक्शन कैंडिडेट हैं, इलेक्शन के कैंडिडेट हैं स्टेट में, उनको भी पूछना चाहता हूँ, अगर वो जम्मू में रहने वाले, जम्मू के लिए एमपी की इलेक्शन लड़ रहे हैं, उन्होंने बताना चाहिए कि हम जम्मू के लिए क्या करेंगे। हमारे लगभग 500 दिन से पीएचई के डेली वेजर जो वो ये वहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं भूख हड़ताल पे, क्या कभी वहाँ पे किसी ने जाने की कोशिश की है? जो हमारा नौजवान है, नौजवान जो सड़कों पे उतरा हुआ है, उनसे किसी ने बात करने की कोशिश की है?
क्या लगता है जो सरकार जो नहीं बनेगी उसको किन चीज़ों पर गौर करने की ज़रूरत है, कहाँ उसको इम्प्रूव करना चाहिए?
सर सबसे पहले तो लोगों के बीच में आना चाहिए, जो लोगों की, खास करके मैं जम्मू ज़िले की बात कर रहा हूँ।
सी विदाउट अ डाउट आई थिंक होल इंडिया चॉइस इज़ नरेंद्र मोदी जी। हमें अपने प्रधानमंत्री पर बहुत ही फ़ख्र है, जिन स्पीड से जिस उन्होंने काम किया हमारे देश के लिए, खासकर जम्मू कश्मीर में, जहाँ पे 370 और 35 से हटाने के बाद आप देखिए IIM हो, एम्स हो, आप प्रोजेक्ट्स देखिए कितने हाईवेज़ बने हैं यहाँ पर, NHV का हाईवे का देखिए आप काम जो है, और जो अपना इन्होंने आयुष्मान भारत दिया है पूरे देश में, सिर्फ ये BPL लोगों के लिए था, बट सिर्फ जम्मू कश्मीर के, क्योंकि जम्मू कश्मीर को विशेषकर
व्हाट इज़ गोइंग टू बी द
इशू डेवलपमेंट का इशू होगा। जो हमारी बात सुनेगा, जो हमारी बात सुनते आया है, हम उसी को वोट करेंगे, और इससे जो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी हैं उसके अलावा कोई भी नहीं है जो इनको टक्कर दे सके। देखिए अपना आप कहिए इम्प्रूवमेंट में मैं सिर्फ यही कहूँगा कि जो लोकल मुद्दे हैं स्टेट वाइज, सरकार को उसका जो अपना ये करना होता है, अपना मुद्दे को सॉल्व करना, रिजॉल्व करने की स्पीड बढ़ानी चाहिए। बाकी ओवरऑल देखा जाए ऑल ओवर इंडिया में जो डेवलपमेंट हुई है वो इसी
स्कीम्स क्या हैं जो लोगों के हित की होनी चाहिए?
स्कीम्स यही है, जैसे कि आप देखिए विशेषकर जम्मू कश्मीर में उन्होंने 5 लाख आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड के जो कार्ड्स हैं वो दिए गए हैं, जबकि ऑल ओवर इंडिया में ये सिर्फ BPL लोगों के लिए। तो ये विशेषकर प्रेम है हमारे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का जो जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए है।
जिसको लोग वोट डालेंगे वही जीतेंगे, जो लोगों की पसंद होगा, और लोगों की पसंद भली भांति आप भी जानते हैं कौन है कौन नहीं। उन्होंने तो अच्छे काम किए हैं। और
क्या लगता है वोट डालने के लिए इस बार 2024 के चुनावों में इशू क्या रहेगा?
देखो इशू बहुत है, खासकर हम अपने जम्मू की बात करेंगे तो जम्मू के इशू बहुत हैं। हम खासकर अपने जो हमारे कैंडिडेट खड़े हो रहे हैं, हम उनको ये बोलेंगे कि अगर दिल्ली में बात रखने का दम हो तो इलेक्शन लड़नी चाहिए, वैसे नहीं लड़नी चाहिए। तो अगर दिल्ली में बात करने का दम रखते हैं तो सबसे पहले ये स्टेट हुड की मांग रखें। जो हमारी स्टेट है वो वापसी आनी चाहिए, कि जो हमारी राजा महाराजों की विरासत है वो हमें वापस मिलनी चाहिए।
देखिए, मैं बात करना चाहूँगा यहाँ पर आयुष्मान भारत की, जो ऑल ओवर इंडिया में सिर्फ बीपीएल के लोगों को तो दिया गया, बट विशेषकर हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जम्मू कश्मीर के हर व्यक्ति को आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड दिया गया है। यहाँ पे आप डेवलपमेंट के देखिए, फ्लाईओवर देखिए, यहाँ पे कॉलेजेस देखिए, एम्स आ गया, आईआईएम आ गया और आईआईटी आ गया, और फ्लाईओवर्स और एनएचवे का आप एनएचवे जो हाईवेज हैं हमारे, उनके डेवलपमेंट देखिए, जो कि पहले की सरकारों ने जम्मू कश्मीर को विशेषकर इग्नोर किया था। आज हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी स्पेशली जेएंडके के डेवलपमेंट के ऊपर बात करते हैं, जेएंडके में डेवलपमेंट करके दिखा रहे हैं, सिर्फ बातें नहीं कर रहे। भारत की जनता पूरी जानती है कि आएंगे तो मोदी ही, ठीक है। हम यही चाहते हैं कि जो डेवलपमेंट हो रही है, मोदी जी इसकी स्पीड को और बढ़ाएं, ठीक है। जम्मू कश्मीर की यही मांग है कि उनको स्टेट का राज्य का दर्जा देना चाहिए, तो उस पर भी मोदी सरकार से हमारी ये रिक्वेस्ट रहेगी कि आप अपना स्टेट का इसको
लगता है 370 भी मुद्दा रहेगा, गलत हुआ या ठीक हुआ?
देखिए, वो तो देश के बच्चे को पता है कि 370-35 से हटने के बाद ही ये डेवलपमेंट हुई है। पहले की सरकारों ने सिर्फ अपने स्वार्थ के लिए ये काम यहाँ पर किया। जो भी सेंटर से पैसा आता था वो सिर्फ उनकी जेब में जाता था, यहाँ पे ऑन रोड नहीं दिखता था। आप आज देखिए, यहाँ पर हाईवेज हैं, पुल हैं, जो डेवलपमेंट हुई है वो सिर्फ हमारी मोदी सरकार ने करी है। ये सिर्फ कश्मीर सेंट्रिक पार्टीज ने नहीं करी, इन्होंने कुछ नहीं करा, इन्होंने सिर्फ जम्मू कश्मीर के युवा को, जम्मू कश्मीर की स्टेट को बर्बाद करने का काम किया। आबाद करने का काम सिर्फ हमारी मोदी सरकार ने किया।
सर, भाई साहब ने कहा डेवलपमेंट के लिए बात की, तो कहीं ना कहीं डेवलपमेंट तो हुई है, बेहतर हुई है, तारीफ़ के काबिल है। आज आईआईएम, एम्स, आईआईटी और बड़े बड़े हॉस्पिटल, बड़े बड़े रोड्स, बड़े बड़े रिंग रोड, सब कुछ मिल रहा है जम्मू कश्मीर को। मगर जो चीज़ मिलनी चाहिए थी वो कहीं ना कहीं नहीं मिल रही है, और वो चीज़ है जम्मू को इंसाफ। जम्मू पिछले 75 सालों से दबाया गया था, कश्मीर माइंडेड पॉलिटिक्स ने दबाया हुआ था। आज भी मुझे लगता है कश्मीर माइंडेड पॉलिटिक्स जो है जम्मू कश्मीर में, खासकर जम्मू सूबे पे भारी पड़ रही है।
कश्मीर वाले तो कह रहे हैं कि हम परेशान हैं, यहाँ हमारी सुनता कोई नहीं।
देखिए, परेशानी कैसे होगी? जहाज दिल्ली से आता है, सीधे जाता है दिल्ली कश्मीर। पहले प्रायोरिटी किसको दी जा रही है? कश्मीर को दी जा रही है। जम्मू आ रहा है सेकेंडरी पे। आज भी आप देख सकते हो, जम्मू डिवीज़न की बात करूँ, कश्मीर डिवीज़न की बात करूँ, तो मुझे लगता है, मैं आपके चैनल के माध्यम से ये बात ज़रूर बताऊँगा, 10 ज़िले कश्मीर के, 10 ज़िले जम्मू के। 8 ज़िलों में जम्मू में बर्फ़बारी होती है और 70% बर्फ़बारी जो कश्मीर डिवीज़न से ज़्यादा बर्फ़बारी जम्मू डिवीज़न में होती है। मगर टूरिस्ट जो है आज आके कश्मीर में जाता है, जम्मू में क्यों नहीं आता है? इसकी तरफ देखने की ज़रूरत है। जम्मू को सिर्फ वोट बैंक की राजनीति से ना देखा जाए, जम्मू के लोगों की भावनाओं को समझा जाए। जम्मू के जो यहाँ से उम्मीदवार आते हैं उनको जम्मू के अपने जो भूगोल है, यहाँ का मैप है, उसके बारे में जानने की ज़रूरत है। जम्मू मंदिरों का
प्रधानमंत्री कौन होगा अगले चुनाव?
देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री जो हमारे जम्मू के लोगों की और मैं कह सकता हूँ कि अपने लोगों के, देश के अवाम की आवाज़ सुनेगा, मुझे लगता है प्रधानमंत्री वही होंगे। और आप बेहतर समझते हैं कि इस समय जो लोगों की आवाज़ सुन रहे हैं वो कौन है।
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.